Welcome to the Checkout Point, your quick dive into this week's e-commerce buzz with me, Alex, powered by Blicket. These 20 minutes pack the latest trends, news, and insights. Let's navigate the digital marketplace together. Ready? Let's go!
Welcome to the Checkout Point by Blicket.co, your essential listen for the latest and greatest in e-commerce. This is Max, and you're tuned into week number 9 of our podcast, which is all set to dazzle you with 8 segments of pure e-commerce brilliance. Whether you're marketers, e-commerce managers, or founders, today's show will leave you equipped with impactful strategies and news to drive your business forward. First up, we're stepping into the innovative world of fashion and retail technology. Imagine customizing your next pair of shoes with just a few clicks, thanks to AI. And just when you thought shopping couldn't get any cooler, we're taking a sneak peek at how Adidas is revolutionizing the experience with a little help from Amazon. Stick around to learn how these big names are enhancing the way we shop and trust in retail. And then we're diving deep into the high-stakes game of corporate acquisitions. Just Eat, Takeaway, and Prosus are hitting headlines with a merger that's shaking up the global food delivery scene. But that's not all. We'll also explore how the changing fate of craft stores like Joann could spell new opportunities for industry giants Michaels and Hobby Lobby, followed later by a journey into the cutting-edge transformations in delivery and logistics. From robotic burger deliveries in your local park to Walmart speeding up grocery deliveries, discover how this speed and innovation are reshaping our lifestyles and even creating new job opportunities. Next, we'll untangle the complex and often thorny world of tariffs in the global trade arena. You'll get a clearer view of how unexpected costs are shaking up the strategies businesses deploy to stay competitive and viable in international markets. Lastly, don't miss our insightful discussion on consumer spending habits. We're zooming into why groceries are skyrocketing at Walmart and how the wealthiest 10% shape economic trends. It's a fascinating look at the intersection of consumer behavior and economic impact. So make sure to tune in and stick with us as we uncover the dynamics of the e-commerce world, one exciting segment after another, right here on the Checkout Point by Blicket.co. Let's get started. Today, let's dive into some of the thrilling advances shaping retail and e-commerce, specifically looking at how big brands like Crocs and Adidas are leveraging technology to reshape our shopping experiences. First up, Crocs is revolutionizing the way we customize our footwear. Imagine having a pair of shoes that are as unique as you are, down to every little charm, or as Crocs likes to call them, gibbets. These are the fun, often whimsical decorations that snap into the holes of your Crocs, allowing for personal expression. Now, with the power of artificial intelligence, Crocs is offering AI-enabled customization. This means the AI might suggest gibbets that reflect your personal style based on your previous purchases, or perhaps it could even create entirely new designs on the fly, all tailored just for you. It's a playful, yet sophisticated use of technology that makes fashion both personal and accessible. Switching gears to Adidas, they're embracing a different angle on innovation, integration with Amazon's Buy with Prime service. This service is an exciting development because it offers convenience and trust, key factors in online shopping. By incorporating Buy with Prime, Adidas is not just selling shoes or apparel, but is selling an enhanced customer experience. Shoppers on Adidas's website and app can now use their Amazon credentials to make purchases. This not only streamlines the process, but also pulls in the robust Prime infrastructure, like quicker shipping and a familiar checkout process. It's a smart move, tapping into the established trust and logistical prowess of Amazon, making it easier for customers to get their favorite sports gear swiftly and securely. What both of these innovations signal is a broader trend, where technology isn't just about making processes faster or more efficient. It's about enhancing personalization and trust. Personalization, as seen with Crocs, turns a simple purchase into an extension of one's personal brand. Meanwhile, trust, as Adidas shows with its partnership with Amazon, reassures shoppers that their online shopping experience is secure and their needs for speed and reliability are met. As we look to the future, these advancements pose some intriguing questions. How will other companies leverage technology to enhance personalization? What new partnerships might we see that further integrate large tech platforms with traditional retail brands to enhance the consumer experience? What's clear is that in the world of retail and e-commerce, innovation is not just about keeping up with the latest trends. It's about creating an experience that resonates on a personal level and builds a bridge of trust with consumers, turning everyday shopping into something a little more extraordinary. And for all of us who enjoy a bit of shopping, these enhancements promise not just newer, but more delightful ways to engage with our favorite brands. Imagine a giant game of Monopoly, but instead of Park Place and Boardwalk, it's real-world companies. Just like a savvy player keen on building a hotel on those prime spots, big companies strategically pick businesses to acquire, shifting the market dynamics in their favor. In today's big moves, we've seen Just Eat Takeaway, a major player in the food delivery scene, scooped up by Prosus for a whopping $4.3 billion. Yes, billion with a B. Why does this matter? For starters, this isn't just about one company taking over another. It's about what this signifies in the broader market. Prosus, part of a much larger global technology group, gaining Just Eat Takeaway, means they're setting themselves up to dominate the food delivery sector, not just in one region, but potentially worldwide. It's like when you're playing that game and someone gets all the railroads, suddenly they have all this power to influence how the game plays out. Switching gears, let's talk about a different kind of market movement, one that's closer to home for many of us. We've heard news from Numerator indicating that with Joann store closings, two craft giants, Michaels and Hobby Lobby, stand to benefit the most. It's a little like when certain properties in our Monopoly game become available, and the quickest players who capitalize on them gain the most. This scenario raises questions about competition and choice. With fewer Joann stores, craft enthusiasts might find themselves limited to where they can go for their supplies. And whenever choice narrows, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on prices, variety, and quality. Reduced competition can sometimes change these factors, not always to the benefit of us, the consumers. What's exciting here is seeing the dynamics of market competition at play. Each move by these companies, strategic as they are, sends ripples across their industries. It reshapes not just how they do business, but potentially how we as consumers interact with these markets. Will Michaels and Hobby Lobby offer more innovative products or better deals to attract the displaced Joann customers? How will Prosus expand or enhance Just Eat Takeaway services to stand out in the bustling food delivery market? These acquisitions and market movements tell us a story about growth, strategy, and consumer impact. They remind us to keep our eyes peeled on how these changes influence the broader landscape and, ultimately, our choices as consumers. As we watch these companies make their moves, perhaps it's a good cue for us to think strategically about our choices too. Whether it's where we buy our next set of craft supplies or how we order our dinner, staying informed helps us play our own game wisely. So, as we see big players making their moves, let's stay curious and observant. Because really, understanding these moves is not just about watching the game. It's about learning how to play it better ourselves. Imagine you order a burger from your favorite spot, Shake Shack, and shortly after, a robot is at your doorstep, burger in tow. Or picture this. You suddenly realize you need a few things from Walmart for tonight's dinner. You place your order, and voila, it arrives at your door the same day, just in time for you to start cooking. This isn't a scene from a futuristic movie, it's happening right now. Today, we're diving into the rapid evolution of logistics and delivery innovations that companies like Walmart and Shake Shack are leading. Let's start with Walmart. Recently, they've taken a giant leap by expanding their same-day delivery services. This means that more customers can now get their groceries, gadgets, and gizmos delivered right to their doorstep on the very day they order them. It's not just about convenience. It's a game changer for busy families, elderly individuals who might find shopping challenging, or even small businesses that need supplies urgently. Now, shift gears to Shake Shack, a company that's pushing the boundaries even further with robotic sidewalk delivery. Imagine sitting in a park, and instead of walking to the nearest Shake Shack, you simply use your smartphone, place an order, and a robot brings your meal to you. It sounds like something out of a tech-savvy novel, right? But it's real, and it's expanding. This innovation not only makes eating out super convenient, but also cuts down on human delivery errors and significantly reduces the time you'd typically wait. Both these examples showcase not just leaps in customer service, but also highlight a shift in job dynamics and technology in the workforce. Robots delivering food might mean fewer delivery jobs, but it also opens up new job opportunities in robot maintenance, software development, and system management. It's a new world of work emerging from these innovations. And here's something to chew on. While some may worry about the impersonal nature of a robot showing up at your door, these advances can free up human interaction for more meaningful exchanges. Maybe instead of rushing your order to you, a human can spend a minute asking how your day was, or suggesting a new product you might like. As we wrap up, think about this. How will these changes affect the way we view shopping or dining? With everything just a click away and deliverable through high-tech means, what will the future of our streets look like? Are we headed towards a world of instant gratification, where patience is no longer a virtue, but an old-fashioned concept? As companies like Walmart and Shake Shack innovate, they're not just changing logistics, they're shaping the future of our daily lives. So, next time you order that burger or add items to your online shopping cart, take a moment to appreciate the incredible tech and planning that makes it all happen. We're witnessing a fascinating evolution in how we get what we need and want. And who knows? Maybe one day robotic deliveries will be as common as receiving a text message. The future is exciting and full of possibilities, don't you think? Imagine you're a builder, and every tool in your toolbox suddenly costs more. You'd need to think about whether to buy new tools, maybe fix old ones, or change the scope of your projects. Now picture this scenario on a vast global scale, where businesses rely on a seamless flow of goods across borders. But what happens when tariffs are introduced into this mix? Today, we'll explore the realities companies face regarding tariffs in e-commerce, the impacts, and strategically navigating these waters. Let's dive into the first nugget of wisdom surrounding tariffs. When governments impose tariffs, they essentially place a tax on specific goods coming into a country. This can sharply raise the cost for e-commerce businesses, directly affecting their bottom lines. Consider the example from Stanley Black & Decker, a giant in tool manufacturing. The company has been progressively cutting back its production in China as tariffs make the cost of doing business there too expensive. It's a significant move, signaling how tariffs can push companies to rethink their production strategies. E-commerce businesses, much like you and I adjusting our budgets, must evaluate where they source their goods. Sometimes they may shift manufacturing to countries with lower or no tariffs to maintain competitive costs. This strategy isn't just about dodging higher prices. It's a calculated approach to stay competitive and profitable in an increasingly complex global market. Now, let's discuss beating these challenges. It's not just about finding new manufacturing hubs. It's also about pricing strategies and supply chain resilience. How do you keep your product prices competitive without compromising on quality when your input costs increase due to tariffs? One approach is the diversification of supply sources. Instead of relying on a single supplier or country, companies are looking at building a more flexible and multifaceted supply chain. This way, if one source becomes too expensive, they can quickly switch to another. Also, consider currency impacts. Fluctuations in currency value can either amplify or mitigate the effects of tariffs. Smart e-commerce operators keep a keen eye on currency trends, sometimes using financial instruments to hedge against unfavorable movements. To sum up, navigating the world of tariffs in e-commerce is like playing a complex game of chess. Each move, be it diversifying suppliers, adjusting product prices, or reevaluating market strategies, needs to be calculated and purposeful. The goal is not merely to survive in today's global economy, but to thrive, making smart moves that leverage changing rules to one's advantage. In our next segment, we'll look at real-life case studies of businesses that adapted and overcame the challenges posed by tariffs. Stay tuned as we break down their tactics and understand the lessons they have to offer in our continuously evolving market landscape. In today's consumer market, nuances in spending habits and the performances of giant retailers offer a fascinating glimpse into the economic engine that powers our daily lives. We're seeing some intriguing patterns, particularly in how different economic strata impact retail outcomes, and how companies like Walmart are leveraging their strengths to enhance earnings. Let's dive first into Walmart's recent success story, which highlights grocery sales as a standout category. Why groceries, you may wonder? Well, in the grand tapestry of consumer needs, groceries are a constant. Regardless of economic highs and lows, people need to eat. Walmart, known for its extensive network and competitive pricing, has smartly positioned itself as a go-to for affordable groceries. This isn't merely about selling food, it's about understanding consumer priorities and behavior. By focusing on groceries, Walmart taps into a basic, ever-present need, ensuring steady traffic through their doors and, by extension, steady revenue. On a broader scale, let's shift our focus to who is spending the most in our economy. Surprisingly, or perhaps not so surprisingly, the wealthiest 10% of Americans are driving the bulk of consumer spending. Now, this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. The spending power concentrated within this group shapes market trends, influences stock levels, and even impacts what products are available. This demographic's preferences can sway market demands significantly, from luxury goods to technological gadgets, impacting how retailers stock their shelves and what services they offer. What's truly revealing here is the cycle of influence. High-income spending doesn't just affect luxury markets. It ripples across all sectors, including everyday retailers like Walmart. When the wealthiest shop more, they contribute significantly to the retailer's bottom lines, often allowing these companies to invest in broader market strategies, like Walmart does with groceries. This spending behavior and retail response underscore a larger narrative about economic balance and consumer influence. Each purchase, whether it's a necessity like groceries or a luxury item, feeds into statistics that shape future market offerings and economic forecasts. What this means for the average consumer and for society at large is that spending power and consumer choices play massive roles in sculpting the economic landscape. Understanding these dynamics helps us see not just the mechanics of consumerism, but also the responsibilities of both consumers and retailers in the stewardship of economic resources. As we continue to navigate through changing economic waters, keeping an eye on these trends will be more important than ever. Remember, every dollar you spend is not just a transaction, but a vote cast into the pool of market demand, echoing across the economy in ways seen and unseen. So next time you shop, think about what your spending says about you and the world you help shape with your choices. And for companies like Walmart, staying attuned to these spending trends isn't just good business. It's essential for survival in the bustling market of needs and wants. And that's a wrap for today's episode of The Checkout Point, brought to you by Blicket.co. Thank you all for tuning in to catch up on the latest e-commerce news for week number 9. I'm your host, Max, and it's been great sharing this time with you. Today, we dived into some fascinating segments, from exploring how Crocs is using AI to customize your shoes, to analyzing Prosus's massive acquisition of Just Eat Takeaway. We also looked at the transformative changes in delivery and logistics, considered the impact of tariffs on global trade, and concluded with an insightful discussion on consumer spending dynamics. Quite the lineup, wouldn't you agree? For those of you eager to delve deeper into these topics, make sure to visit our website at blicket.co, where you'll find loads more information and resources to keep you updated and informed. Be sure to tune in next week for another episode of The Checkout Point, as we continue to bring you the latest in e-commerce trends, news, and strategies. Witness how dynamic the e-commerce world is and stay ahead of the curve with us. Thanks once more for joining us today, and remember, for the most reliable update on e-commerce news, keep it right here at The Checkout Point. Have a fantastic week, and see you next time.